Hi everyone, welcome to my second Monday Musings, the second of my videos as Monaghan County Library's Writer-in-Residence. Today I wanted to talk about using the five senses in your writing, and this is one of the most powerful ways you can make your writing really emotive, make it really resonate with the reader, make it really visceral and alive. And making it visceral is so important. In my last video, I talked about how writing doesn't come from your mind, it rises up inside you, it rises up from your heart and soul. In school we're taught to write from our minds, and if we stay in our minds, our writing will be like one mind connecting to another mind. And the problem with that is it might be very clever and intelligent, but there's no emotion involved in that. What we really want to do is write from our heart and our soul. So then our writing magically connects with the reader's heart and soul. This is how you really move people, and this is how they'll really be affected by your writing and really remember your writing long after they've read it. And that's what we all want. So the way to make that visceral and alive, to really make that emotionally resonate with the reader, is to use the five senses, to think about seeing, hearing, touch, taste, smell. When you use these in your writing to create a picture, you're creating a beautiful film in somebody's mind, in the reader's mind. But you're also going much deeper. In my experience, we're not just reading something, we're actually experiencing it in our bodies. And if you think about watching a comedy, you might feel yourself laughing out loud and feel that ache in your belly from laughing. If you're watching a scary movie, you'll be kind of pulling away and tensing up. So it's much more than our mind. It's engaging our whole body and our whole being. And when you use the five senses as a writer, you're really grabbing somebody's attention in this really physical way. The best way to do this is if you think about something you want to write about. So say you want to write about a party. Close your eyes, go back into a time when you were at a party, and just think about what you saw around you, what you heard, what you felt on your skin, what you tasted, what you smelt. Create that whole vivid image and then start to write those notes down. It's also just very important to experience the emotions again when you're writing. So if you're trying to write about somebody who's angry, go back into a moment when you yourself were experiencing that anger and go through the five senses. What did you see, hear, feel, touch, taste, smell? Just using all those senses to kind of capture that whole body sensation of being angry. And when you put that down, then the reader will feel that anger within them, and it's much more real and alive for them. And this using the five senses ties in with two other important tenets of writing. The first of those two is show only via things. So don't be abstract, be always specific, show via things. And as an example of that, if you think if somebody gives you a flower, that's very abstract. And there's a big difference whether somebody gives you a rose, or gives you a lily, or gives you a daisy. It says a lot about who they are, about who you are, and about the relationship between you. So those concrete details are so important. Show only via things. Never be abstract. And that leads to the second big tenet: show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. So never tell me somebody's angry. Show me them in your writing, slamming the door open, chucking their bag down, bashing their seat out of the way. And then you don't need to tell me they're angry. I can see from this vivid image you created that they are angry. And then I'm feeling that anger. What you really want to do is make the reader walk in your shoes if you're writing about yourself and your own experiences, or walk in the shoes of the character you're writing about. And these are all really powerful ways to do that. To use the five senses, to show only via things, and to show, don't tell. And I just want to stress again that aliveness and immediacy. So you never want to be writing away out here where somebody is not engaged. You want to be right here in their heart. You want to be right in the middle of things when you're writing about them. And this is where all these tips really bring that strength to the fore. And when your writing is immediate, then people are really hooked in, it's really resonating with them, and they just want to turn the next page and not set it down, which is absolutely what you want to achieve as a writer. So I'm going to give you a little exercise this week to put this into practice. If you just think of any emotion you'd like to write about, so it can be joy, sadness, happiness, fear, jealousy, anything at all. Pick one of those emotions and then describe it using the five senses. So what does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? And it's just a really different way of looking at that emotion. And see for yourself how this captures the emotion without you telling anybody what the emotion is. And there's really two ways that might happen for you. You might find yourself coming up with a metaphor. So if you think of joy, you might think of yourself thinking of a lovely rainbow. Or it can be really specific. Joy to you might mean walking barefoot on the grass with the grass tickling your feet and a warm breeze on your face. So that's really specific. Being back in that moment that is giving you joy. And I think people really underestimate that. How just looking at something truthfully and describing it truthfully and honestly and specifically, how powerful that can be. And I really find that myself as a poet. It's capturing that truth of something that conveys that truth to another person. And it's in the concrete things that truth is conveyed. So just remembering that it's not about being clever, it's not thinking up a fantastic metaphor, it's letting that truth, that authenticity rise up from within you, from that deeper part of you, and putting that on the page. And that is how you will connect heart to heart and soul to soul with your reader. And that's how they'll really be affected by your writing and really remember what you've written for a long time after reading it. So hope you enjoy doing that. I'd love to hear how you find that exercise. So until next week's Monday Musing, stay safe and take care.